Juma by 3-1. The game in itself ain't interesting, Mr. The table of Group G, you know, Man City, on top with 9 points, unbeaten. RB Leipzig got 6 points. Young Boys were 1, and a Red Star Belgrade, baby, Osman Bukari, among that one with just 1 point. Of course, in the games, you have won the UCL, which they say data and science, But this man here will defy not just data and science, but everything in the game of football. Look at the numbers of Erling Braut Haaland in the Champions League. 33 games, 37 goals. So, the averager, it is more than 1. In every game, he is average to score more than 1 goal. In probability, he has said the only surety, and he said, we will achieve 1. BBR has to be over 1, sometimes under 1. But say obitimi ko bibimo. Now say the probability near more than 1 means that he is so certain. The only certainty is that Erling Braut Haaland will score in the UEFA Champions League. And in our list of players to score in the Champions League, Erling Braut Haaland was there. In the list of UEFA Champions League most goals, he is in there. Neymar, Mo, Alejandro Del Piero, Kylian Mbappe with 42, Sergio Aguero 41, Erling Braut Haaland 37. Obviously, he has played less games than these people. Of course, Champions League games. First time Pep Guardiola got unbeaten was in 2012 with FC Barcelona. This season, Josep Guardiola 2023 is still unbeaten. The people say, "Oh no, self football." But you can't spoil it. For Guardiola, or you see tactics now, he realized, "Oh, fine, antidote to go to come and play the same tactics." No assistant in Sano. Then he moves ahead of the curve. Said the bear man mention. Last season after winning, this season he is unbeaten in the Champions League. For Pep Guardiola, any Manchester City team, and you see, Rich, for Manchester City, every time they get onto the field of play, you're almost certain. So much more than crampon, you're certain say they will get a job done. Maybe I'm having a little problem with the touch screen. You're certain say they will get a job done, and that's exactly what they did against Young Boys, getting the job done. And 9 points. 3 games out of 3. Home, away, they get the job done. And Pep Guardiola on top with Ejima. I think Zendra, one of the most intriguing games is our Barcelona game with your football. We did mention say it was going to be difficult because Barcelona were injury issues kakra. But apart from the injury issues, Osha Barca team now, they were going to play against players and Etibet and Ronaldo, Robert Lewandowski, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, Rafinha, all of them didn't have a part to play. It was our Barcelona game we won. But they went into the game with a makeshift back.
João Felix in surprise.
João Felix, so in the course of the game, La Liga, El Clasico, Xavi now has to think how he didn't get a job done. Madrid for now getting results when things are difficult. But also injuries upon injuries, and that's the biggest worry for Xavi. But now, inside game, Yamin Yawal, and of course, the purchase of João Cancelo was very, very important also game. They were able to win by 2-1, and Barcelona got the job done. In Group H, Barca on top, also unbeaten. FC Porto 6 points. Shakhtar Donetsk and Antwerp. And Arsenal. Now, this was it. Match in South Group U. PSG, Dortmund, Newcastle, AC Milan. Now, funny enough, French champions in Paris Saint-Germain. 2 seasons ago, Italian champions in AC Milan. Dortmund last season went very close to FC Bayern Munich. In fact, to the last day of the season, and some mobility title, it was Germany. Then Newcastle, seemingly a new boy about competition in terms of the big boys in the English Premier League. And of course, all qualified by Champions League and then pulling their weight. Paris Saint-Germain stands now. 8 teams say, yes, we may not have the pedigree of Dortmund in the Champions League or even AC Milan. But when it comes to current investments, we can get a job done. Saint-Germain are on top position with 6 points. Dortmund 4, Newcastle 4, AC Milan 2. Meaning, you say, Newcastle are your cobra. Now, I don't think that this was the most difficult prediction to do it now. Sometimes, Rich, football, they defy BBR. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. Me, your ball game New Year, I'm 2 man. I just went on Twitter. 2 times in the 85th minute and the 90+2 or so minutes. Ball elbow crossbar twice. First ball was Callum Wilson crossing every my target waba or opposition on ball money too a ball on the shoulder and a flaky over Max Cobell. A corner ball crossbar no. And the single keeper next na ball the coin. Again, Pinte or boxing Anthony Gordon or smashing ball a form. Now ball I think Hamos a Pim Hamos now goalkeeper gets a hand to it. Now Pim crossbar and I'm saying today it won't go in. Even before them, were big chances. And come. Now, like, sometimes those things happen. At Bassa, you don't have to think about it too much. You go again the next
time. I invest you.
Now, only me.
Now, and Newcastle that I heard to you.
Boys, no more Newcastle here. Oh, you're talking about that. And you man enough of.
And you have it there.
I want to watch it. Eddie Howe has done a brilliant job at Newcastle. Team now Modebon. It is not the most technical team in terms of technical ability. You take Joel Linton, you take Shah, you take Dan Ben, Ofa, Longstaff, Mo, Isaac, Trippier, Gordon, Almiron, Bruno Gomes. It is not the most technical team in the Champions League. But there is something about the Champions League for hard workers. In a game against Paris Saint-Germain for boss almost 4-2-4. They failed to work hard. Newcastle consistently ever work hard, and then they will use the small technical quality that they have to triumph you. So, technical quality. Now, someone working hard as a team, Newcastle will beat you. What Eden Terzic did and not differently from near Newcastle for in Eddie Howe. And he said Newcastle, yes, worked hard, but they also worked as hard as Newcastle and not. And with the technical quality of Mukitano, they were able to triumph on the night. Of course, the hard luck is part of it, but another game, you could tell, say it was huge game, hinged on hard work from Newcastle. They pushed and pushed, but the goal wasn't going to come. Now, Tina BBC 4 report here, because 24, Newcastle have suffered their first home defeat in a major European match since March 2003. They went 24 games unbeaten during this period. 19 wins, 5 draws. First time, of course, he himself only hiatus kakra our European competitions, but it recorded as the honor. This is the last time Omanya lost, our Champions League. Dortmund worked hard, Newcastle worked hard, and it's a slight technical quality, and then of course, bad luck on the day from Newcastle. Paris Saint-Germain, AC Milan, easy peasy, easy. Me say Chelsea need Champions League, but my team to support this year's Champions League is Paris Saint-Germain for 2 reasons. I think that has been a long time coming for them. Secondly, the coach who handled Paris Saint-Germain, Luis Enrique, for me, one of the best. Not just because of the attacking football. I think that one of the managers are marry the two principles of play, attacking and the defensive parts of the game. Say so you're very solid that he can play solid. Say so you're very direct, he can be direct for you, and that's exactly what they went into the game. There is a boy in Paris Saint-Germain, of the Paris Saint-Germain Academy. Today, everybody will mention the name of Kylian Mbappe. Of course, I know Mbappe is brilliant. The way we receive is Abono. Call 1v1 with Tomori. Now, shifting the body and kick the ball to the first ball to beat Mike Mignon. They be only here training the French national team. It is brilliant. But in my opinion, the best boy of Paris Saint-Germain team, hey boy,
Emery.
Sir Emery.
No, Bobo.
You see, before the game, he catch you box to box, for a young player, it is Sir Emery.
Who passed on the man leader?
Yes. Box to box. See, Emma made go with Chiron. Yamba Ugate progressive ball. Let's win those balls, but let's be very aggressive. In Mbappe's goal, on the carry ball, constantly ranks as air transfer to phone. He was not going down, and then was able to pull the fullbacks to himself and then slotted the ball to Kylian Mbappe to get the job done.
But sometimes football and you fair crowd.
Yeah.
Honest, all her squad I have because who Paris Saint-Germain to AC Milan.
Yeah.
Benra. Obi a her body be AC Milan plays so well.
Especially in the first 30 minutes, it was so good.
They play so well. But I mean, I ran to about something in Casa. Rafael out. Solid player. The take on to that. As I mean, said them, yeah, generation, or Yenny, Messi, Ronaldo, I'm there so I'm different planet. But I'm gonna no open player pass yes in home or the ball ban it yet dear. Rafael outcome. But I said, oh, you're selfish to do.
Arrigo Saki.
Born of woman home.
Arrigo Saki sent me the same thing about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I said Arrigo Saki, one of the big Italian football managers now. A interview. I don't think it's Saki. And I'm moving about Rafael Leao. I see on only team those days like AC Milan Edinidi. Rafael Leao will not play. He says, hey, Aden. And also Rafael Leao doesn't play for the team.
Hey.
He plays for himself.
Hey, no, say, or to make 2 players bear 4. Yeah. No, the ball has to dear Grobia say, or the ball needs Sao Ruby. This is Champions League.
Showboating. Barrett, I think that today my
focus. I board with Bob.
Paris Saint-Germain, any balance no mania with Fifi, you want to know. It was a beautiful balance from Paris Saint-Germain. Say, you're going him without the ball. Who to go forward, and then the Indian defensive solidity, in South 4-3-3 was brilliant, especially in the middle of the park. Made it every time I was excited. When Zaire Emery, any Abrantes friend Manuel Ugarte will sit, then Vitinha will be marauding half spaces in front of the front 3. Of course, Dembele, Abrantes friend Randall Colomoni, any Kylian return Mbappe. Say Madrid Eto Mbappe at home. I don't know how they are going to play Mbappe either on the right. Vinicius Mbappe now left one of them try bar. So Mbappe Vinicius. Okay, I say Mbappe too doesn't want to play through centrally. So I don't know how they are going to have them because Mbappe on the left side, or you dangerous animal to deal with. Now, the way of shifting the body to get Sal going in there, it is this part. So maybe I will not carry Tomori. Tomori air chain to win the ball off him quickly in less than seconds. Or shifting ball on the right side. No one turning up left in seconds. Then the goal is in there. Bam. That is it. Or safety by and then the shot comes to the left hand side. We need him to enjoy him. Zaire Emery was the man of the match and he deserves it. From the Paris Saint-Germain Academy, he's showing everybody in Group E, of course, quick. Atletico Madrid, Kokoyo Majuma, Omoko away, Feyenoord, Etienne Fie, and Lazio Majuma. Catch yourself for Mauricio Sarri. The teams, when they play in the Champions League, especially away, they fail to get this job done. And that's exactly how the Champions League looks. That was how the match day 3 of the Champions League meaning saying the investors say
exactly because of time. See, because no if you need to go somewhere exactly your house on somewhere. I'll say you